Welcome to Chinese Novel Audiobook. Chapter 41 Loyal Ministers Can Be Wronged. By Guanyin, you also know that what I'm doing now is to lose my head. So, I hope you can help me save Shishi, Dolly, Shaokui and others when I have an accident, and send them out of the capital quickly. Lin Beifan said seriously. Husband. Li Shishi raised his head with tears in his beautiful eyes. The only thing I can't worry about is you. As long as you are all right, I can do it with confidence and boldness. But if something happens to the husband, the concubine will not survive. Li Shishi's eyes were firm. Don't worry, it's just the worst case. Lin Beifan said with a smile, I have a habit of preparing for the worst and trying my best. It's rare to meet a great master, so I want to do more. Get ready, just in case. Bai Qingshan asked inexplicably, with your ability, there shouldn't be many people in the capital who can stop you. As an unfathomable expert, she has long seen through Lin Beifan's falsehood. The 6th grade innate cultivation base, but the strength is comparable to the 5th grade innate, and not many people in the capital have this strength. Coupled with the fact that the opponent scored 10 points in Qinggong, the Grandmaster might not be able to catch up with him. It is not difficult for him to take people out of the capital. I'm not afraid of others, the only thing I'm afraid of is the Empress. Lin Beifan sighed. Why are you afraid of her? As far as I know, Her Majesty the Empress favors you. Bai Qingshan's face became strange. It's a pity that he was caught in the white fog, so people couldn't see it. That's why I'm scared. Lin Beifan sighed, the so-called deep love is the responsibility. She is very kind to me now, but when my incident happened, knowing that I was greedy for her money, she would definitely be furious. Love turned into hate. It's scary for a woman to be angry, especially a woman as arrogant as the Empress. At that time, she sent a large army to hunt me down. What should I do? She sent dozens of innate and even grandmasters to hunt me down. What should I do? No matter how strong I am, I will not be able to recover. When Bai Qingshan heard this, he suddenly wanted to laugh. You know it too. Now that you know it, why are you still so greedy? If it wasn't for the Empress being a wise man, you would have fallen to the ground long ago. Where would you be alive until now? Thinking about it carefully, I suddenly found that these two young people are really a pair of happy friends. One is a corrupt official and the other is a fool. One desperately wants to steal money from the other party, but doesn't want the other party to know. The other one wants to put the other party's greedy money into his own private pocket, and doesn't want the other party to know about it. However, what these two people do is for the country and the people of Li Min. I don't know why, but Bai Qingshan has a little more hope for this filthy society. Okay, I promise you. But I think you may never use this condition in your life. Hopefully. Lin Beifan sighed, not holding out much hope. Then, Bai Qingshan took all the money Lin Beifan had greed for. And go back to the palace and report the matter to the Empress. The Empress was overjoyed. That's great, with this money, many things can be accelerated. Lin Yiqing is worthy of being the backbone of my most relied on talents, and I will reward him well. So, the morning of the second day. As soon as everyone finished reciting the congratulations, the Empress couldn't wait to say, Lin Yiqing, where are you? Go back to your Majesty, my minister is here. Lin Beifan stood up and clasped his hands. Yeah. The Empress nodded in admiration and said, Lin Yiqing, what problems have you encountered recently? Going back to your Majesty, there is no problem. Since His Majesty rewarded 10,000 taels of silver, the life of Wei Chen has improved a lot. Every time I think about it, I will feel guilty. The only way to repay the Emperor's grace is to die. Lin Beifan said gratefully. She also used her inner strength to forcefully squeeze out a tear. I can't bear to let you die. The Empress laughed and scolded, if you die, who will work for me? I order you to live a long life, and let us monarchs and ministers work together to create a prosperous martial arts. Your Majesty's words are very true. I will definitely live to be 100 years old and serve your Majesty for the rest of my life. The surrounding ministers felt tired again. If you are not nutritious, can you talk about it in private? It's a meeting in the DPRK right now. It's time to discuss national affairs. Can we talk about something serious? You are not annoying, I am annoying. Soon after, the Empress asked the question of eating again. Lin Beifan said that he is very happy to be able to eat meat every day. But the Queen was distressed. I am so happy to eat meat every day, is this too low a requirement? Look at other corrupt officials and ministers, which one is not a big fish and a big meat, and eat a lot of fat in the waist and intestines. They eat so well, but they don't work. The person you value the most is so happy to be able to eat meat. How is this possible? Loyal ministers, don't be wronged. Honest officials, even more reward. So, the empress said distressed-edly, Lin Beifan, I have wronged you. Let's do this. I ordered the imperial kitchen to send a fresh food every day, including chickens, ducks, fish and sheep. You can eat openly, don't be polite to me. A word popped up in Baiguan's mind involuntarily. What the hell? Can you do this? Chapter 42. Is there any reason for heaven? Is there a law of kings? Lin Beifan was stunned. The queen actually gave him the ingredients from the imperial kitchen. This. It's too kind, isn't it? You know, where is the imperial dining room? That's where the emperor cooks. The chef inside is the top in the country, the ingredients in it are also the top in the country, and everything in it is the top. In terms of food, no one can compare to the emperor. And many of them are special, you can't eat it if you want. Unexpectedly, the empress opened a back door for him, giving him the opportunity to eat ingredients from the imperial kitchen, and it's free. Lin Beifan was overjoyed, and immediately said loudly, Thank you Lord Long. Looking up, he found that Baiguan was looking at him with envious eyes. To be honest, the officials here have basically been together for most of their lives. What precious and delicious food have you not eaten? However, what makes them nostalgic the most is the dishes from the imperial kitchen. That is the real top enjoyment, a good thing that money can't buy. But apart from the emperor and some royal relatives, who can eat the dishes of the imperial kitchen every day? How can this guy be so favored? The empress smiled when she saw Lin Beifan's happy expression. Lin Beifan, do you want to drink? The empress asked again. If you go back to His Majesty, it's a mistake to drink, so Wei Chen usually doesn't drink. Lin Beifan said with a bow. It's good not to drink, but in officialdom, sometimes it's not good to not drink. Let's do it. The empress pondered for a moment. In my wine cellar, there is a fine wine called Baihua Brewing. This wine is very special, it is made of Baihua. It is brewed from petals, delicious and sweet, with an endless aftertaste. If you drink too much, you won't be able to enjoy it. I will reward you with 10 jars. Baiguan was stunned again, not only to eat, but also to drink. And it is still the top court wine, Baihua Brewing. You must know that this is a fine wine specially brewed for His Majesty the Emperor, made from hundreds of petals. Just as Her Majesty the Empress said, this wine is delicious and sweet, with an endless aftertaste, and if you drink too much, it will not taste good. The production of this wine is very small, and there are only 50 jars per year. It has long been sold for sky-high prices outside, but there is no market for the price. Because, basically, the emperor is drinking. The emperor hid himself if he didn't drink it, and seldom gave it out. Unexpectedly, it was actually rewarded to this bastard. And one reward is 10 altars. Baiguan's envious eyes turned green. Lin Beifan obviously knew the rarity of this wine, and quickly thanked him loudly. Thank you, Your Majesty, for the reward. This minister must do his best to repay the kindness of the emperor. Yeah, the empress nodded happily. Only now did I realize that rewarding is such a joyous thing. Like the good things that you have, you should share them with the people you admire and like. In this way, not only the other party is happy, but also yourself. Double the joy. It was not like before, where the rewards were all these corrupt officials, and every time they gave away something seemed to dig her heart out. The other party is happy, and the sadness is doubled. So, the empress couldn't help but said, in addition, I will reward you with 10,000 taels of silver. What the hell? Even rewarded? Baiguan was stunned, and then became angry. What you appreciate, I will endure it. What you drink, I will endure it. But this time, I can't stand it anymore. He is such an insatiable greedy, with so much money in his hands that he can't count. How can he still give him money? Is there any reason? Is there any king law? Even if I'm a corrupt official, I can't stand it anymore. So, all the officials stood up one after another. Your Majesty, you can't reward him anymore, you already love him enough, it's too much. Your Majesty, the treasury is heavy silver, and it is related to people's livelihood and society. It should not be used lightly. Lin Xie has no merit, and he hastily rewarded him with unreasonable laws. Hundreds of officials are not satisfied, and the people are not satisfied. Please take back your life, Your Majesty. Please take back your life, Your Majesty. Hundreds of officials worship. The empress was dissatisfied. I used the money from my private treasury. Bye-bye officials. Your Majesty, you can't just give money from your private treasury. You are the monarch of a country, representing the majesty of great martial arts, and every word, deed, and every move is related to the country's origin. Please pay attention to your words and deeds, don't act willfully, and make officials and the common people laugh. Please take back your life, Your Majesty. Please take back your life, Your Majesty. ... The queen's eyes were burning with anger. I just want to compensate Lin Beifan well, why is it so difficult? You traitors and thieves. Sooner or later, I will eradicate you all. Not one left. Under the persecution of Baiguan, the empress had to withdraw her life and said guiltily, "I Qing, I have wronged you. Your Majesty, it's not your fault, I understand very well." Lin Beifan said loudly. "Thank you I Qing for your understanding." The empress was moved. Hundreds of officials, once again tired and crooked. Can you not do this, and say it as if they are not? I couldn't help shaking my head. Faint Lord. Chapter 43 You said I stole the student and amp, #039, SM1Y. Where does their M1Y come from? At this moment, someone finally couldn't help but stand up. That man was Lin Beifan's old enemy, Yao Zheng, the speaker. I saw him say loudly, "Report to your Majesty, Wei Chen wants to impeach someone." Yao Iching, who do you want to impeach? The empress asked. Wei Chen is going to impeach Lin Beifan, the champion of the new division and the state child supervisor. Yao Zheng glared at Lin Beifan and said loudly. Lin Beifan shook his head in his heart, this old boy couldn't help but come out to make a mess again. I ate your rice, or did I kidnap your daughter-in-law? Are you always staring at me? The empress sitting high on the dragon chair was also very dissatisfied. I just rewarded Lin Beifan, and you came out to impeach him. You are so blind. It's clear that you don't pay attention to me. Moreover, there are so many corrupt officials and ministers in the civil and military affairs of the Manchu dynasty. You do not impeach them, but you impeach the real honest officials and loyal ministers, and impeach my confidants and favorite generals. What is the reason? Are you deliberately messing with me? Thinking about it, the empress' face turned gloomy. Under the gaze of the empress, death, Yao Zheng sweated and his face turned pale. In fact, he was also very helpless. Now, before Lin Beifan has made any achievements, the empress has already favored him. When he becomes an official and has full wings, it will be even more difficult to overthrow him. So, at this time, I had to stand up. Yao Iching, what did Lin Iching do? You want to impeach him. If you don't speak up, I will cure your sins. The empress said solemnly. This is already very serious. Generally speaking, the official speaks, and even if he makes a mistake, he will not be held accountable. This is a right granted by the imperial court to the officials, in order to let the other party speak out boldly and exercise their own supervision power without restraint or interference from anyone. Now, the empress said that she was going to be punished without any basis and evidence, which showed that she was very angry. Yao Zheng said in a panic, reporting to your Majesty, Wei Chen impeached Lin Beifan for corrupting money and perverting the law and using his power for personal gain. Since he took office as a secretary in Gujijian, he has used his power to threaten and intimidate the students from the hands, and tricked into stealing 2 million taels of stolen silver. The ethos of the Imperial College has shaken the foundation of education. Therefore, I have come here to report to the Holy Master, and ask your Majesty to investigate. Lin Iching, is there any such thing? The empress asked. Lin Beifan held his hand calmly. If you go back to your Majesty, there is absolutely no such thing. Master Yao is just a bunch of nonsense. Yao Zheng angrily pointed at Lin Beifan. Lin Beifan, if you dare to do it, you don't dare to recognize it. Lin Beifan looked calm. I didn't do anything, what do you want me to know? Yao Zheng was even more angry. You still dare to argue? Lin Beifan asked back. Master Yao, you keep saying that I stole the money from the students, so I want to ask you, whose money did I stole? Yao Zheng said loudly, Gao Tianyu, son of Gao Tianyao, Minister of Officials, Bai Qingping, son of Bai Yulong, Minister of Officials. He read it out one by one, and said it with conclusiveness. Lin Beifan asked again, how much have I greedy? The exact number, I don't know. However, it will definitely reach 2 million taels. Yao Zheng said loudly. Lin Beifan laughed. Master Yao, you said that I was greedy for the money of these students, and the number reached 2 million. Then the question arises. 2 million is not a small amount. Where did their money come from? Their money is of course from. Yao Zheng got stuck, his face became whiter and whiter, and he was dripping with sweat. Raising his head, he saw the high civil and military officials of the Manchu dynasty, looking at him with a very bad and warning look. Looking up again, I found that the empress had a playful gaze. This is a black pot. A black pot that no one can uncover. Once it is revealed, either everyone will be completely lost, or everyone will punish themselves with 3 cups, and the matter will be over. But no matter what the result is, the person who uncovered this black pot in person will definitely die without a complete corpse. Master Yao, you are saying, where did their money come from? They are a group of good students who are not engaged in production. They are busy studying every day. Where can there be so much money? Yao Zheng's face turned pale again. Lin Beifan said with a smile, also, their fathers are all here. They are good officials with integrity and integrity. They don't have much money in their hands. How much money can their children have? Yao Zheng's face paled again. I believe that all the adults present will lead by example and educate their children well. They will never let their children behave indiscriminately, so it is impossible for them to have money. If there is no money, how can this officer be greedy? Lin Beifan spread his hands. My lords, is what the subordinate said right? At this time, no matter how unwilling everyone is, they must speak for Lin Beifan. Lin Xie is right. How can my dog AA be rich? On weekdays, this official leads by example, carefully cultivates and educates future generations, and has never been negligent. I know my dog, he is definitely not such a person, and he will not do anything wrong. So, Lin Beifan took the lead, pointed at Yao Zheng, and said loudly, Master Yao is just nonsense, turning black and white. Yao Zheng was paralyzed to the ground. Chapter 44 Your Majesty the Empress, can you be more reserved? The female emperor turned her eyes to Yao Zheng with an indifferent expression. Yao Iching, what else do you have to say? Yao Zheng stood up tremblingly, held his hands and said, Your Majesty Qi, this is indeed a mistake by Wei Chen. However, Lin Beifan is definitely not innocent. A few days ago, Wei Chen had seen Lin Beifan's extravagance and lust, enjoy happiness, and exchange a large amount of silver from the bank through the servants. Therefore, Wei Chen urges Your Majesty to search Lin Beifan's mansion. All the truth, naturally clear. This route doesn't work, he decides to take a detour. Don't face the officials, let Lin Beifan blow himself up. I've raided my home again. Lin Beifan was excited and scolded loudly. Master Yao, are you addicted to raiding? This officer is only on his 2nd day as the #1 champion in high school, so you sent people to search my home. This officer moved. In a few days, you will come to search my house again. Even if you are an official and have the position of an overseer, you cannot act arbitrarily. Master Lin, are you afraid? Yao Zheng said lukewarmly. The clearer is self-clearing, so this official is naturally not afraid. But, Master Yao, you have already insulted my innocence over and over again. Even the clay figurine has 3 angers. If you can't find it again, what will you do? Lin Beifan shouted. Yao Zheng was agitated by Lin Beifan, and he immediately raised his hand and said loudly, Your Majesty, this minister is willing to guarantee it with a black yarn. If it can't be found out, I am willing to resign from office and return to the forest, and stop interfering with the government. The Empress clapped her hands and said, Okay. Then let's go to Lin Beifan's mansion again. About half an hour later, the Empress brought her hundreds of officials to Lin Beifan's mansion. Li Shishi was stunned when he saw that Lin Beifan brought a group of people over. Husband, these people are. Lin Beifan explained, Madam, these people are all civil and military officials in the court, and they are also my husband's colleagues. This magnificent woman is the current saint, Her Majesty the Empress of the Holy Martial Artist. They are here to raid the house. Hearing that the Empress and the civil and military officials came to raid the house, Li Shishi was so frightened that his tender body softened. The thing you were worried about happened so soon. Lin Beifan clenched Li Shishi's hand and comforted him, Don't worry, there is nothing at all. Hurry up and meet Your Majesty. Li Shishi was someone who had seen the big scene, so he quickly calmed down. Looking up at the beautiful woman in the imperial robe with grace in front of her, she suddenly felt a little ashamed. Bend over and give a little blessing. Li Shishi, the people's daughter, meet Your Majesty, long live my emperor, long live. There are also Shaoqui and Dali, who also saluted. No gift, everyone. The empress stretched out her hand and smiled at Lin Beifan, so beautiful. Lin Iching, what a blessing. Thank you for the praise, Your Majesty. It is also a blessing for Wei Chen to marry a teacher. Lin Beifan laughed. Finding that Lin Beifan and the empress were talking and laughing, Li Shishi finally calmed down. Especially when I heard Lin Beifan admit that he was the other's woman in front of the empress and Baiguan, my heart was full of sweetness. The empress looked left and right, and said suspiciously, Iching, is this the only person in your family? Yes, Your Majesty, they are all here. Lin Beifan introduced. This is my beloved wife Li Shishi, and these two are the servants and maids of the house. Their names are Dali and Shaokui, and they are a very close family. Quote. Why don't you invite more people? The empress asked. Lin Beifan sighed. Your Majesty, I used to have no money to make trouble. Although I have some money now, Wei Chen is used to being poor, and a few people can be self-sufficient, so forget it. The empress felt distressed again. Iching has worked hard, why don't I arrange a few palace maids and guards for you? Baiguan was stunned again. What the hell? Haven't pampered enough yet. Again. This time even everyone sent it. Your Majesty the Empress, can you be more reserved? Lin Beifan felt flattered. Your Majesty, I appreciate your kindness, but I really don't need it. He is someone who runs away at any time, how could he invite someone back? Moreover, these people are all of the Empress, and they dare not ask for them. The Empress did not give up. Isn't it really necessary? All the arrangements for you are the best palace maids and the best bodyguards. Lin Iching can rest assured that their wages are counted in the Ministry of Internal Affairs, and you don't need to pay a penny. Baiguan couldn't hold back any longer, and stood up one after another. Your Majesty, since we have come to Lin Sai's mansion, we can go back and continue the meeting after the search is over. Yes, Your Majesty, this is a big deal. You don't need to worry about other details. Your Majesty, please take state affairs first. The Queen was very unhappy. I just want to give something to win Lin Beifan's heart, why is it so difficult? He waved his hand helplessly, check it out. However, be careful, don't flip things around, don't break things here, you know. Yes, Your Majesty. The officials poured in with orders. Yao Zheng was a little worried, and followed suit. Chapter 45 The court is full of courtiers, and the faint king sits in front of the hall. Lin Beifan's home was found to be nothing good, and the search was quickly completed. However, Yao Zheng held a box on his face and walked out with joy. He opened the box and said loudly, Report to Your Majesty, I have found in Lin Beifan's room, including silver notes, silver, and other gold and silver jewelry, totaling about 150,000 taels. Your Majesty please investigate. Yao Zheng turned his head and said triumphantly, Lin Beifan, how can you make excuses this time? The Empress was a little worried. Could it be that Lin Beifan didn't clean it up and was found out? What kind of reason am I going to find to help him fool the past? However, Lin Beifan was very calm, and said with a bow, Report to Your Majesty, these money really belong to Weiken. Yao Zheng laughed proudly, haha, just admit it. However, both of these money are legitimate income, and Wei Chen has a clear conscience. Lin Beifan said loudly. How is it legal? Lin Beifan, you have only been an official for a few days, and the salary you receive is limited. How could you have so much money? It's obvious that you are greedy. Yao Zheng said excitedly. Lin Beifan is still very calm. Wei Chen's salary is indeed limited. However, before, His Majesty rewarded him with 10,000 taels of silver. So, there are about 10,000 taels in it, which is completely legal. The Empress nodded. Yes. I did reward Iching, and the silver is 10,000 taels. How about 140,000 taels? How do you say 140,000 taels? Isn't it all given by His Majesty? Yao Zheng was excited. Of course not. Lin Beifan gently took Li Shishi's hand and said with a smile, the remaining 140,000 taels are the dowry brought back by my wife, Li Shishi, after he got started. What nonsense. Does your woman have that much money? Yao Zheng said loudly. Why not? My wife, Li Shishi, was the #1 courtesan in the capital before he entered the school. He has both talents and looks, so he has earned such a rich net worth in just a few years. Lin Beifan smiled and said, Master Yao, if you are still suspicious, go out and find out. Almost everyone in the capital knows that this can't be faked. Yao Zheng's face turned pale. Li Shishi nodded. This is indeed the dowry brought back by the girl. Meng Fujun will not give up, marry me as his wife. The girl is very moved, so this money is naturally considered as the husband's. Between husband and wife, there is no need to divide it so finely. Yao Zheng's face turned even paler. The empress stroked her hands and laughed. It seems that the matter is really clear. Lin Yiqing is indeed not greedy, and all his property is completely reasonable and legal. Part of it comes from me, and part of it comes from his family. Lin Yiqing, since you have money, then enjoy it and don't save it for me. Only by eating well, drinking well, sleeping well, can you do things for me wholeheartedly and for the well-being of the people, don't you think? Seriously. These words are like giving Lin Beifan a gold medal to avoid death. Let Lin Beifan eat, drink and have fun, don't feel wronged, I'll give you something, don't be afraid. Your Majesty's words are very true, this minister has been taught. Lin Beifan bowed his hands and bowed his head. And all Yiqings, don't use these things against Lin Yiqing in the future. Lin Yiqing has a deep family background, and it is understandable that he lives a little extravagantly. As long as he doesn't go wrong, he is a good official. Rather than saying this to Baiguan, it is better to say it to Yao Zheng's group of officials. Warn them, don't make a fuss about these things in the future, or don't blame me for being rude. Yes, Your Majesty. Baiguan bowed. Yeah, Her Majesty the Empress looked at Yao Zheng with a pale face. Yao Zheng, what else do you have to say now? Chen, I have nothing to say. Yao Zheng's face was full of bitterness. He knew that he was planted again. It was planted 3 times in a row on a little brat. Is this guy his nemesis? Then, you should know how to do it, right? Do you need me to remind you? The Empress was expressionless. Yao Zheng raised his hands tremblingly, took off the black gauze hat on his head, bowed his hands, exhausted all his strength, and said, Chen. Please resign and return to your hometown. Please allow Your Majesty's permission. The Empress fluttered her sleeves and said without hesitation, that's right. Yao Zheng closed his eyes in despair, shaking his body, thank Your Majesty. Place the car back to the palace. Yao Zheng, you don't have to come back. The Empress led the civil and military officials to leave. Everyone didn't look back at him. Even at a glance. Yao Zheng stared helplessly at the departing civil and military officials, and suddenly laughed sadly. All the dynasties are courtiers, and the monarch is sitting in front of the hall. It's not that the minister doesn't want to work hard, but the court. There is simply no room for a clean official. Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audiobook YouTube channel. Chapter 46 Offending the Civil and Military Affairs of the Manchu Dynasty, I Still Live a Dashing Li. 3 nights later, the official Yao Zheng's mansion. At this time, the lights were bright and everyone was busy. One of the old women was busy giving instructions. All these quilts are loaded on my car. The old man's body is soft and he can't stand the fatigue of the car, so make it thicker for me. I don't want this thing. I will sell it tomorrow. How much can I sell? Oh, I told you. Be careful, this is the master's favorite calligraphy and painting. Yao Zheng with white hair was standing in front of the lobby, his face full of melancholy and reluctance. Because he has resigned from office and will return to his hometown tomorrow to retire. Leaving this mansion where he has lived for nearly 30 years, leaving this place where he struggled for half his life, there are too many regrets. He could have stayed here, but since he can no longer be an official, what should he do here? Ambition and ideals have become empty, simply leave the place of right and wrong, out of sight and out of mind. At this moment, a servant rushed in a hurry. Master, Lin Beifan, the new champion of the new division and the imperial supervisor, is here, and he said he came to visit the master. Yao Zheng was stunned. He didn't expect this political enemy to come to see him before he left. The old woman, Mrs. Yao, said angrily, how dare we harm our master like this? Tell him to me, no. See off the guests behind closed doors. Yao Zheng sighed, forget it, my colleagues, let's meet again. After a while, Lin Beifan walked in with a jar of wine and a food box with a smile. Seeing everything here, he was surprised. Master Yao, are you leaving? Can you not leave? The old man has no official or job. Wouldn't it be annoying to stay here? Yao Zheng said sarcastically. That's out of the question. We are colleagues after all, and we can have different political opinions. We can fight to the death in court. But in private, friends can still do it. Lin Beifan laughed. Yao Zheng looked at Lin Beifan's smile. His eyes were complicated. You're the first person to visit since the old husband resigned. In the tone, indescribable sadness. As the saying goes, people take tea to cool down, but it doesn't cool down so fast. After serving as an official for 30 years, everyone inside and outside the court recognized it clearly, and the assignment was considered extensive. As a result, I have now resigned and left. It has been 3 days, and none of my colleagues have come. Instead, Lin Beifan, a corrupt official he has repeatedly impeached, came to visit. Is it ironic? Then I'm really honored. I've prepared some wine and dishes, how about a drink? Yao Zheng pondered for a moment and said, all right, this old man also wants to chat with you. The two entered the study room and served snacks. As soon as the wine jar was opened, the aroma wafted out immediately, filling the room like 100 flowers blooming. This is 100 flowers brewing. Yao Zheng was shocked, but he didn't expect Lin Beifan to bring top-quality wine here. It is indeed 100 flowers brew. The palace just delivered it today. But the wine needs someone to accompany me, so I brought it here on purpose, let's have a good taste. Lin Beifan smiled and poured the wine. You have a little conscience, pour a little more, and fill it up. Yao Zheng cocked his nose and took a sip, very intoxicated. Don't worry, I'll fill you up today. Lin Beifan laughed. After a few glasses of wine, the relationship between the two eased a lot. Lin Beifan asked his doubts. To be honest, Master Yao, I really can't figure it out, why do you keep targeting me? Lin Beifan asked inexplicably. There are so many corrupt officials in the civil and military affairs of the Manchu dynasty, you don't deal with them, but instead deal with me as an officialdom. Newbie. Yao Zheng laughed at himself while drinking. Do you think this old man doesn't want to? I've been fighting for 30 years, and I've been fighting for 30 years now, and now I'm full of white hair. As a result, they climbed higher and higher, and I was still standing still. Have you ever experienced this kind of despair? Now I know why I must fight you. Yao Zheng took a deep look at Lin Beifan, because, I was afraid that you would grow up and become another corrupt official and powerful minister. So I took you down while you were still young. In the end, I didn't fight you, but the old man lost his position. You are scarier than them. Lin Beifan shook his head. That's because you are too pedantic and the method won't work. Do you want to join forces like you? Yao Zheng sneered. Why not? Do you think I am not living very well now? Lin Beifan said with a smile. I have good wine, good food, endless money, and I am favored by the empress. Even if I offend the civil and military of the Manchu dynasty, still had a great time. No matter what others are, this old man can't do such a thing. Yao Zheng poured himself a glass of wine and said, Lord Lin, this old man also has a question for you. Master Yao, please. Lin, you keep saying that you love Dao, either you are doing your best for His Majesty, or you are dying for His Majesty. Why are you greedy for so much money? Besides, what do you want so much money for? Master Yao, your question is a bit. What? Can't answer, or are you embarrassed to answer? Yao Zheng sarcastically. Of course not. Lin Beifan sat upright and said with a serious face, Master Yao, I'll tell you so. What reason do I have not to love Dao, who can make me embezzle so much money? Yao Zheng, cough cough. Chapter 47 M1Y is not everything, but it is absolutely impossible without it. Yao Zheng coughed out the wine he had just drank in his stomach. A face, all choked red. Lin Beifan hurriedly stretched out his hand, patted the other's back lightly, and said, Master Yao, drink slowly, don't be in a hurry. Yao Zheng glared at Lin Beifan angrily. If it wasn't for what this stinky boy said, could he choke him? As for why you are greedy for so much money. Lin Beifan spread his hands and smiled slightly. There is a saying that money is not everything, but it is absolutely impossible without money. Who would think too much money, don't you think, Master Yao? Humph. You have a lot of crooked reasoning, the old man can't tell you. Yao Zheng raised his glass with a dark face and said, Toast you a glass of wine, I wish you one day to become the person you hate the most. Lin Beifan happily raised his glass. I borrow your auspicious words, I hate rich people. Yao Zheng, cough cough. Master Yao, why are you choking again? Don't say a word, I'll be fine. ... After a few more drinks, Lin Beifan understood. Master Yao, in fact, I came here this time to invite you to teach at the Imperial College. Yao Zheng stood up in anger. Lin Beifan, are you humiliating me? What's the meaning of this? Lin Beifan asked in confusion. Yao Zheng said angrily, it turns out that the same dynasty is an official, and we are also considered equal. Now, you recruit me into the Gujijian, then you're subordinate, this is not humiliation, what is it? Lin Beifan shook his head and smiled. Master Yao, you think too much. Have you ever seen someone humiliate you with fine wine? Then what do you mean? Yao Zheng sat down calmly. That's what I think. Lin Beifan coughed. Master Yao, you have been an official for more than 30 years, and you have a lot of experience in officialdom. And you are also engaged in the role of a speech official, responsible for monitoring the words and deeds of hundreds of officials. Therefore, I would like to invite you go to Gujijian as a professor, and teach students the way of thinking and morality, as well as the way of being an official. When Yao Zheng heard this, his heart was a little moved. Although I can't be an official, I can still be a teacher. Give full play to the residual heat and cultivate a few good students. When these students become high officials, it is also a matter of light on his face. Aren't you afraid that I will train upright officials to deal with you? Yao Zheng asked. That's exactly what I thought. Lin Beifan smiled. Yao Zheng, huh? Lin Beifan sighed and said, very annoyed, because there are too many corrupt officials in the court. I can't fight each one of them. So I hope Mr. Yao, you can cultivate a few honest officials, purify the official environment, and fight to the death. Those corrupt officials, I can live more comfortably. Yao Zheng, cough, angrily glared at Lin Beifan. Good guy, can you come up with such an idea? Let him train upright officials and fight his political enemies. He was defeated by the opponent's brain hole. Yao Zheng gritted his teeth and said, don't worry, this old man will definitely do his best to cultivate honest and capable officials. Not only will I fight those corrupt officials in the court, I will fight with you. Lin Beifan laughed. Wait for the good news. After a few more glasses of wine, Lin Beifan left full of food. Yao Zheng came out and shouted loudly, no need to pack up, put everything back in its place. Master, why is this? Mrs. Yao asked in confusion. We're not leaving, we'll stay in the capital. Yao Zheng held his head high, his cloudy eyes shining brightly. Because, he found a new goal, a new pursuit. On the second day, Yao Zheng came to Gujijian to report. Lin Beifan personally received him and went through all the formalities. And this matter quickly spread throughout the court. Everyone was shocked. Yao Zheng, who has already resigned from office, will actually go to Lin Beifan's Gujijian as a professor. What is this god unfolding? Before, didn't they fight you to the death? Why are enemies now friends? Spread the word. In the palace. The empress also quickly learned the news and nodded with great satisfaction. Lin Aiqing's move, it suits me very well. She fired Yao Zheng from office in anger before, but later regretted it. Because there are not many good officials with integrity like Yao Zheng, but they are too pedantic, do not know how to adapt, and are not easy to use. However, it is impossible for her to bow her head, the honor of the 9-5. Lin Beifan's move has solved this perfectly. He invited Yao Zheng to be a professor at Gujijian, so that although the other party left the officialdom, he did not leave completely, and took care of her face of the 95 respected. It can also let Yao Zheng play his residual heat and use his life experience and learning to cultivate some honest and good officials. If necessary, you can also bring him up and continue to reuse. There are so many benefits. The more the empress thought about it, the happier she became. Among the civil and military affairs of the whole dynasty, only Lin Aiqing was considered for me. Moreover, he was able to use Yao Zheng regardless of his past suspicions. He has a broad mind and a great spirit. I must reward him well. Chapter 48. The Empress is too arrogant, and rewarding things again. So, on the second day of the Golden Palace. Where is Lin Aiqing? The minister is here. Give a Zijin Shangyan car and 10 silk and satin each. Lin Beifan is stunned. It's so early in the morning, and people don't even wake up and give a car. And 10 pieces of silk and satin each. I was so caught off guard that I wasn't mentally prepared at all. Baiguan was also stunned. So early in the morning, Lin Beifan gave him a car without doing anything. And 10 pieces of silk and satin each. Goddess, what's going on here? Even if you favor Lin Beifan again, you still have to pay attention to the basic law, right? People have given so many good things without making meritorious deeds, so Arena T we afraid that our hearts will be unbalanced. Lin Beifan was about to speak when the empress said sternly, Lin Aiqing, don't refuse, or I will cure your sins. Lin Beifan is even more stunned. What the hell? This queen is so arrogant. If you give me something and don't let me refuse it, can you respect my human rights? Unfortunately, this is a feudal society, and the monarchy is supreme. Therefore, Lin Beifan could only tearfully say, thank you Lord Long. Yeah. The empress nodded with satisfaction, then glanced at the officials who were about to speak, and said, let's start the court early, with the recitation, and retreat without it. In this way, the empress beheaded first and then played, and forcibly gave Lin Beifan a luxury car. Nothing major today, the morning will be over soon. Lin Beifan walked out of the palace with Baiguan and was about to get on his foal and go to work in the Imperial College. At this time, a coachman came over with a carriage and said respectfully to Lin Beifan, Lord Lin, this is the purple gold and auspicious cloud carriage that your majesty gave you. There are also 10 pieces of silk and satin, which have now been delivered to you. You are in your house. This is the carriage that his majesty rewarded me. Lin Beifan looked at the luxurious carriage in front of him and was stunned. The carriage was more than 2 meters high and was forged from big mahogany. It looked taller as a whole, like a small moving house. The windows and rails are carefully crafted, and at first glance they are from the hands of famous artists. Hanging on the roof of the car is a purple gold auspicious cloud, which looks noble and elegant. And the horse pulling the cart was even more powerful. It turned out to be 2 tall and mighty sweaty horses. You know, the sweaty BMW is equivalent to the Rolls-Royce of modern society. And 2 sweaty BMWs are 2 Rolls-Royces. Coupled with the luxury carriage behind it, this car is simply a fighter in a Rolls-Royce. Is this really your majesty's reward for my car? Lin Beifan asked again. The groom bowed his head with a respectful smile and said, yes, how dare the little one fool the adults with this matter? Lin Beifan is really sure, this is the car that the empress gave him. Arrogant as always. Look at the carriages and sedan chairs of the officials next to you. These carriages and proud sons can be considered luxurious, but now compared with Lin Beifan's purple gold auspicious clouds, they are particularly shabby and not particularly high-end. The envious eyes of the surrounding officials turned green. In terms of official position and status, no one present is lower than Lin Beifan. But none of the cars he rides can compare to him. What is a carriage? The carriage is not only a means of transportation, but also a status symbol. These high-ranking officials who dominated the imperial regime were actually compared by a small 6th-rank sesame official. My heart is sour, the empress dotes on this bastard too much. However, in the envious eyes of everyone, Lin Beifan sighed sadly. An official couldn't help but ask, Lord Lin, what are you sighing for? Lin Beifan sighed, because, I feel that my life is hopeless. Life is hopeless. Everyone looked over. Look at me, although I'm just a small rank 6 sesame official, I live in a grand courtyard, eat dishes from the imperial kitchen, drink the court wine, 100 flowers brew, and wear top quality silk and satin. It was a top-level luxury car, the Zheng Shangyan carriage, and there was endless money. Lin Beifan raised his head and said eagerly, my lords, what do you think I have to do in my life? The faces of the ministers turned black. This fellow is not a man. Intentionally prodding them, huh? Not wanting to see him anymore, they all left angrily. Then, Lin Beifan got into his own Rolls-Royce and went to work at the Imperial College. On the way, I got to know the coachman, and the other party was also arranged by the empress to help him lead the horse-drawn carriage. The other party's wages, car maintenance costs, horse feed costs, etc., are all handled by the Ministry of Internal Affairs, without him paying a penny. Lin Beifan sighed. He couldn't understand, why did this empress treat him so well? It seems that I have known each other for a long time, and I don't usually communicate much, and I have not made any great contributions. All food, clothing, housing, and travel were arranged for him, and they were all top-notch arrangements. Lin Beifan touched his face. The other party wouldn't really like his beauty, would he want to take care of him? But why so much trouble? As long as you send a decree to recruit me into the palace to serve as a bedchamber, I have to obey. It's really puzzling. Chapter 49 Little Princess Yunying, Ancient Snacks. Therefore, Lin Beifan took the Zheng Shangyan car to work, and then took the Zheng Shangyan car to get off work. Along the way, it attracted the attention of many people, but more criticism. This is the carriage of the new champion Lin Beifan. It's so luxurious. It's more luxurious than the carriages of many court officials. It is said that it was given by the empress. These days, Her Majesty the Empress has rewarded the champion of the new division with mansion, wine, food, and 10,000 taels of silver. In addition to this luxury car, it is really a favor for the champion of the new division. For such a huge greedy, the Empress still spoils him so much, it's getting more and more faint. Yeah, I heard that the champion of the new department is still embezzling millions of taels of silver from the students in the Imperial College, which has ruined the atmosphere of the Imperial College and shaken the foundation of education. It's so hateful. In the long run, is there any hope for the court? Is there any hope for the people? It could be said to be complaining. However, Lin Beifan closed his eyes and rested. He listened too much to these criticisms, and he was too lazy to answer them. Just then, the carriage stopped suddenly. Lin Beifan opened his eyes. Why did you stop? Sir, it's a little bit blocking the way, don't give it. Just blow him away. Sir, this person has a high status, and the small dare not. Who is it? Little Princess Yunying. At this moment, a small figure flexibly jumped onto the carriage and killed Lin Beifan in the blink of an eye. Are you Lin Beifan, the champion of the new division, and the Imperial Supervisor CA? This is a young and beautiful girl, 28 years old, with two ball-shaped heads, a round face and some baby fat, big and watery eyes, wearing a goose yellow shirt and a green skirt. Looks very cute and cute. At this moment, the other party was looking down at Lin Beifan with his hips on his shoulders. A pair of Shui Ling's big eyes stared out, as if they wanted to threaten Lin Beifan, but they were not able to do any harm. Lin Beifan knew this girl. Her father was a county king, a royalist, and was very trusted by the empress. It is said that he has the strength of the innate peak, and he is also the commander of the 100,000 forbidden troops in the capital, with a high weight. Because of this, no one dared to provoke this little princess. And this little county lord is also a restless lord, who hates evil like hatred, loves to manage injustice, and likes to play tricks on corrupt officials, as well as those in the yamen. Another feature is that it is greedy and loves to eat, an ancient snack. He often tricks others by eating. Lin Beifan hurriedly cupped his hands. Xiaoguan Lin Beifan, I have seen the little Princess Yunying. Yunying Xiaojun looked at Lin Beifan condescendingly, and pouted, you look like a talent, why don't you do human affairs? What are the words of the little princess? This officer doesn't understand. Lin Beifan said in confusion. Don't put garlic on this county master, I have heard about you. Yunying's little county master shouted. As soon as I returned to the capital, I heard that this year's new champion is you, taking advantage of your position to embezzle and accept hundreds of bribes. Wanliang, a typical petty official and huge corruption. I don't know why the empress and sister dote on you so much, Slander. This is definitely slander. This official has been innocent all his life, how could he do such a thing? Lin Beifan flatly denied. Don't pretend to me, the eyes of the masses are sharp. The little princess said loudly. Nonsense. The eyes of the masses are clearly black and white, half black and half white. Seeing is not necessarily true, hearing is not necessarily false. Lin Beifan said. Stop talking nonsense. This county lord is hungry, please invite me to dinner. If you don't invite. The little county lord raised his little fist, biting his little silver teeth to threaten. Fist the size of a casserole, have you seen me? Pass. Lin Beifan rolled his eyes. I have never seen a fist the size of a casserole, but I have seen a fist the size of a xiaolongbao. Ah! The little county master was mad, feeling that he was despised by the other party. I was planning to do it and show the other party the power of the big fist of the casserole. Lin Beifan hurriedly said, Little princess, don't do it, I have to go to the morning court tomorrow. If Her Majesty the Empress asks, I will say that you beat him, and you can wait to be convicted. Ah! The little princess was even more mad, but he didn't expect to be threatened by the other party. The little fist of the little princess was 1 point closer to Lin Beifan's face. Do you really think I dare not hit you? Go ahead, I don't believe you dare. Lin Beifan was triumphant. HMPH. You win. I'll give face to the empress and sister, and I won't have the same knowledge as you. The little princess withdrew his fists and sat in the car, sulking with his hands on his cheeks. Then he turned his head and gritted his silver teeth. Why don't you go quickly? I want to eat all the money, you greedy. Lin Beifan smiled slightly and let the carriage move on. About an incense stick, they came to a luxurious restaurant. The little county master said proudly, I tell you, I have eaten hundreds of restaurants in the capital, and it is this restaurant's food that I am most satisfied with, the only drawback is that it is expensive. Today, I want to eat poor. You. I've been to all the restaurants. I don't believe it. Lin Beifan chuckled. There is one place you must have never been. There's still a place we're going to. Absolutely impossible. The little princess shook his head. Yes. Lin Beifan nodded heavily. Seeing Lin Beifan's assertiveness, the little princess was somewhat convinced, and asked in a heartbeat, "Where?" "Beowafang, you have never been there." Little princess. Chapter 50. You called me a pig, and said you were complimenting me. Ah. The little princess was mad again, and said with shame and anger, "That's a brothel, how could I have been there?" The two walked into the restaurant noisily and sat on the second floor by the railing. A person came over. "Two guest officers, what do you want?" "What do you want?" Lin Beifan couldn't help but fell into deep thought, and said, "You asked me this question. I want to be reckless, I want to be complacent, I want to travel the mountains and lakes, I want to meet the sun as shoulder to shoulder, I want to sing and dance with the moon, I want to be with the stars in the sky, I want all the romance and beauty in the world." The little county master came over with a small fist, restrained his smile, and said angrily, "I asked you to order food, but not your ideals in life. Little give me a set of all the good dishes here." "Thank you." Quote. "There are a total of 12 dishes in the whole set, is it really that much?" The shop assistant asked. "Yes, add a plate of small greens and peanuts." "It's too much, what should I do if I can't finish it?" Lin Beifan said distressedly. The little princess blinked her big eyes and said innocently, "Not much, I eat those 12 dishes, green vegetables and peanuts are for you, you should be able to finish them, right?" Lin Beifan. After a while, he raised his hand silently, "Little add me a roast duck." "Okay, sir, please wait a moment." After about a stick of incense, the food was all ready. "I'm starting, you are free." After speaking, he immediately stretched out two fleshy little paws and ate happily, his mouth full of oil. Lin Beifan looked at the little princess who was eating with relish, and couldn't help laughing, "You are really a snack." The little princess was angry, "You scold me again." "No, I'm complimenting you." Lin Beifan said solemnly, "Those who look good and love to eat are called snack food. Those who look ugly and love to eat are called rice buckets." "Well, you are right." The little princess laughed hard. "I found out that the corrupt official in the past was not so annoying, but he actually turned around and said that she was beautiful." "Well, not bad." After half an hour, the dinner was over, the cups and plates were messed up, and all the dishes were eaten clean. What surprised Lin Beifan was that after eating so much, the little princess looked so small, and his stomach didn't get bigger. With this physique that doesn't get fat, I don't know how many women die in envy. After eating, can we go? Lin Beifan asked with a smile. Yeah, there is no such thing as a banquet in the world. The little princess nodded, flashing a pair of big watery eyes, and said with anticipation, "However, if you treat me, I can eat more." Lin Beifan was shocked. "Aren't you full yet?" The little princess nodded again and again, blinked her eyes, and hinted wildly. Lin Beifan covered his face. "Don't eat it, my pigsty can't hold you." "Ah, he actually called me a pig." The chief of Shaojun was mad. "I tell you, you are finished. Don't get excited, I'm actually complimenting you." The little princess was stunned. "You called me a pig, and you said you were complimenting me." "Of course, because pigs are very useful." Lin Beifan continued citing scriptures. "Pig skin can be used to make boots, pig hair can be used as a brush, pork can be eaten, pig whip can be used for impotence, and pig face can be used. It's scary, the pig's name can also be used to scold people. Look, the pig's whole body is full of treasures, what is it if it's not complimenting you?" "Little princess, I'm telling you, I'm angry. I'm already hungry, if you don't make me full, you look good." The little princess looked at Lin Beifan angrily, "Very cute. Just order it if you want, don't be polite to me." Lin Beifan said with a generous smile. "Thank you. Little give me another set." The little princess raised her hand excitedly. So, the little princess ate another set and was finally satisfied. He pouted at Lin Beifan, "We're leaving. The total is about 300 taels, pay for it." Lin Beifan was surprised. "Shouldn't you be the one to pay?" The little county master was also shocked. "How could it be me? I am the county master, you asked me to pay. But I don't have any money. Who will pay if you don't?" The little princess said anxiously, "How come you have no money? You are a corrupt official." "You also know that I am a corrupt official." Lin Beifan said confidently, "Have you ever seen a corrupt official take money out? Don't they always put it in their own pockets?" Little princess. "It makes sense, I am speechless." The small county master beat the table. "Stop talking nonsense, pay quickly." Lin Beifan shook his head and said, "But I really don't have any money, I don't believe you search." The little county owner searched again, and sure enough, he had no money. Somewhat sadly said, "Why do you go out without money?" "I never bring money, I just brush my face." "Brush your face?" Lin Beifan said with a serious face. "Yes. Because they usually feel ashamed after seeing my beautiful face, they won't let me pay. I wanted to give it, but they knelt down and begged me to stop." The little county master hummed unhappily, "It's basically free, and it's so grand. I'll pay the money first, and you'll have to double it back later, do you understand?" Lin Beifan nodded again and again. "It's easy to talk." As a result, when I went home the next night, I didn't know if it was intentional or coincidence, and I bumped into the little princess again. Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audiobook YouTube channel. Chapter 51. You can eat so much, what if you eat the palace and become poor? She stuck her waist, raised her face, and threatened, "Did you bring money this time? You will look good without money." Lin Beifan patted his trousers pocket, straightened his waist, and said confidently, "Of course, I will lead the way." Seeing Lin Beifan's confident appearance, the little princess believed it, nodded, and rubbed her little silver teeth. "Okay. Today we will eat in a different family, and I will eat you poor. After eating a meal, get your money." "Okay." Lin Beifan took out a few pieces of silver and put it on the table. The little county owner was stunned. "It's only 10 taels of silver, not even 1 dish money, pay more." "This is all I am worth," Lin Beifan said. The little county owner was mad. "You brought 10 taels of silver?" "Yes." Lin Beifan nodded. The little princess was even more mad. "You only brought 10 taels of silver, so you can follow me with confidence." "Little princess, you don't understand if you don't have a family. Like us good men in the new era, the money is left to the women at home to take care of. The women at home usually only give us a little pocket money in order to prevent us from spending money indiscriminately outside. Money." Lin Beifan, as a pastor, smiled and said, "Like before, when I didn't have a family, if I didn't bring 180 taels to go out, I felt that my waist was not stiff. Now that I have a family, I can't be proud of it with 10 taels." The little princess, PFF'd. Looking at the proud expression of the other party, the little princess really wanted to punch him a few times. He asked with a dark face, "So, you really have no money?" Lin Beifan opened his arms confidently. "No money, don't believe you search." The little princess really searched, but now couldn't find it. Then, once again reluctantly took out his own money. "It's me again this time, and next time you must double your invitation back." Lin Beifan nodded again and again. "Definitely. It must be a fart, you don't have a lot of money on you, how can you promise me?" The little princess said angrily. Lin Beifan. Third day. Lin Beifan was intercepted by the little princess and returned home smoothly. However, Li Shishi came out in a panic. "Husband, you are finally back. If you don't come back, the concubine doesn't know what to do with it." "What's wrong?" Lin Beifan asked in confusion. "The little princess Yunying is here." Just as he was talking, the little princess came out of the yard proudly. With a small face, he proudly said to Lin Beifan, "Lin Beifan, didn't you say you didn't bring any money? So I came to your door. From today, I will stay at your house to eat and drink with you. Home, I must eat for you. You don't need to live in my house. After all, you are Yunying's unmarried body, little princess, so it's not convenient. However, since the little princess is here, we all want to entertain you." Lin Beifan laughed. "Humph, you are wise. I must eat all the money you greedy for." The little princess hummed. So, Lin Beifan's house has a lovely little diners. When it was time for dinner, the little princess looked at the delicious food on the table and became angry. "Good you Lin Beifan. There are at least 100 taels of dishes on this table, far exceeding your salary, and you still say that you are not greedy. It's not, it's a reward from Her Majesty the Empress. What's the matter?" The little princess was stunned. Lin Beifan explained the ins and outs of things. "So, I deserve all these things, it's not what you think at all." As he was talking, he found that the little princess lowered his head and his eyes were red. Lin Beifan panicked. "Little princess, what's wrong with you?" The little county master's eyes were red, and tears came out. "Every day, there is a supply of ingredients from the imperial kitchen, Empress sister. Empress sister has not been so kind to me." At this moment, Lin Beifan stretched out his big hand, stroked the little head of the little princess, and comforted softly, "Don't think about it. After all, she is the sage of today, the king of a country, there are many issues to consider, maybe it's just I don't dare to treat you. That's it. Really? The little princess raised her head in anticipation. Of course it is. You think, you can eat so much, what if the palace is too poor? Who dares to treat you well? Lin Beifan plausibly said. Hate. The little princess burst into tears. Don't cry, just eat. Otherwise, the tears will be too salty. Lin Beifan laughed. Yeah. The little princess bowed her head and ate wildly. Then, sneaking a glance at Lin Beifan's handsome profile. Secretly, this guy is actually not that annoying. At this time, in the palace. After the empress had finished approving the memorial, she remembered something and turned her head and asked, Yunying seems to be back, why haven't I seen her come to see me? The old eunuch bowed his head and said respectfully, Your Majesty, the little princess Yunying is indeed back. However, these 2 days, she has been entangled with Lin Beifan, the champion of the new division, and said she wants to eat the poor champion. Huh, he actually met Lin Iching. He also said that he would be poor, haha. The empress's interest was raised. How is the situation? Did Lin Iching suffer? Your Majesty, the little county master wants to eat the poor champion as before. But for 2 consecutive nights, the little county master pays. The empress was surprised. It was Yunying who paid for it. Chapter 52 Don and Amp, number 039, T be sold by him, and help him count the M1Y. You must know that Yunying is the most powerful daughter of the county king who holds the most power. When they usually provoke everyone, in the face of the other's father, everyone is basically willing to admit it and pay for it. But when it was Lin Beifan's turn, it was the other way around. And twice. How did Lin Iching do it? The empress became more interested. Report to your Majesty, the situation is like this. After the queen heard it, she couldn't help crying. On the 4th day, the little princess Yunying finally entered the palace to face the saint. She gave a salutation. Yunying, pay my respects to the empress sister. The empress put down her memorial and smiled with a hint of reproach. Little Yunying, it's been 4 days since I came back, so I remembered to see me. Did you forget me? The little county master quickly explained. Sister Empress, nothing at all. How could Yunying forget her sister? It's just that she was delayed by a little thing before. What happened? Sister Empress, let me tell you, when I went back to Beijing, I heard from others that the champion of the new division was a huge greedy. So, I wanted to punish him as before, eating out the money he had greed, so I was delayed. Quote. The Empress shook her head. These are all folk rumors, and they cannot be taken as true. Lin Iching is a good official whom I trust very much, and she is an example of the civil and military affairs of the whole dynasty. That's not it, Empress sister. The little princess pouted and said, it's not without reason. Although I can't find any evidence of his embezzlement yet, I have found that this guy is old and bad, and his stomach is full of bad water. He actually lied to me for 2 meals, and still always makes me angry. The small county lord eloquently denounced Lin Beifan's crime. When the queen heard this, she couldn't help but roll her eyes. This guy is really bad. On the surface, the slogans of, do your best and die, but behind the scenes are all things that deceive the emperor and use power for personal gain. It's not a pity to die 100 times. So, I'm secretly approaching Lin Beifan now. Follow him, go to his house to eat and drink often, and have a chance to find out. The little princess is proud of a little fox. Okay, just be happy. The empress smiled and nodded. There is no hope in my heart. This Lin Beifan is very good, and he has been offended by the civil and military of the whole dynasty, but he still lives so nourishing. You simple little girl, forget it. Don't be sold by him, and help him count the money. However, Empress sister, although he is very annoying, it is not incurable. The little princess blinked her big eyes and said, after all, he is still young people will inevitably make mistakes, and the essence is still very good. If I find out evidence of his corruption and bribery, I hope you will open up to the queen and give him a chance. Quote. Okay, I promise you. The empress nodded with a smile. After getting the consent of the empress, the little princess left happily. Then, the empress gave an order, let the imperial kitchen send more ingredients to Lin Iching's house. According to the order, Your Majesty. Soon after, the little county master came to Gujijian to find Lin Beifan. Little princess, why are you here? Lin Beifan was surprised. It's nothing, it's boring. I heard that you are an official in the imperial college, so I'll come to see you. The little princess's big eyes flashed, and his eyes were a little unnatural. What do I have to look good on? Lin Beifan laughed dumbly. It's okay, I'm just bored to come and see you. You are busy with you, don't worry about me. The little princess waved his hand. Okay, thank the princess for understanding. After half the incense stick, Lin Beifan looked at the little princess who couldn't sit still and said with a smile, Little princess, are you interested in coming to me as a teacher? The little princess was stunned, being a teacher. I can only dance with knives and guns, but I can't do anything else. That's enough, as long as you manage this group of students well, let them study hard, not miss classes or leave early, they will be a qualified teacher. Lin Beifan said with a smile. It's that simple. Can I do it? The little princess was eager to try. Being a teacher, something she has never done in her life, must be very interesting. Of course you can. Lin Beifan put down his official duties and stood up. Come with me, I have arranged for you to be a teacher, and your name is class teacher. Lin Beifan came to a teaching room with the excited little princess. There were 24 listless, lethargic students inside. Half sitting, half lying down. That's right, these people are all yane. In order to prevent them from affecting other students, they were placed in the same class by Lin Beifan. When Lin Beifan walked in, including the doctor who was lecturing, they all stood up and saluted. Meet Lin Xie. Everyone, don't be too polite. Lin Beifan said with a smile, I am very pleased that you can come to class on time these days. In order to urge you to study, I have specially found a class teacher for you. Having said that, Lin Beifan clapped his hands, and the little princess walked in. Seeing the full house, I was excited and geared up, so you are all here, let me find it. Yane's face turned pale with fright, the Princess Yunying. Chapter 53 Give me the fist of love to educate them. If it is said, Lin Beifan is the person they fear the most. Then, Princess Yunying is the second one. Before Lin Beifan appeared, the Cloud Warbler was the #1 person they feared the most. Because this county owner is always in trouble with them, punches and kicks at every turn, and often drags them to restaurants and eats them poor. However, the background of Princess Yunying is bigger than them, and they can't afford to offend them. Therefore, every time I see the little princess, I take a detour. Unexpectedly, they all went to Gujijian, and the other party came after them. The little princess is excited and excited. He actually had the opportunity to become the teacher of this group of scoundrels, wouldn't that mean he could teach them a lesson righteously? What a great idea, why didn't I think of it before? Secretly gave Lin Beifan a look, nice job. It seems that we are all old acquaintances, and it will be very pleasant to get along with each other. Lin Beifan said with a smile, the head teacher I found for you is the little Princess Yunying. From today, the little princess will supervise your study and discipline. Who has an opinion? The little princess raised his hand excitedly, I have no opinion. I have an opinion. Ayane raised his hand weakly. Huh. The little county master, Lu Mei, stood upright. Under the death stare of the little princess, the other side retracted his hand in fright. But when he thought of the tragic situation in the future, he raised it bravely. This classmate, what's your opinion? Lin Beifan smiled. My advice Isa A. At this time, the little princess appeared beside the man with a whistle, and picked him up with one hand. Lin Beifan, give me a little time, I'll do the thought work for him. Then with another whistle, they both disappeared. After a while, a shrill scream came from outside the classroom. It is really sad for those who hear it, and tears for those who see it. And the other yamen in the classroom, listening to this shrill scream, their lips turned white. After a while, the little princess walked back triumphantly. The yane also walked back, but there were 2 dark circles under his eyes, his cheeks were bruised and purple, and his face was unlovable. Lin Beifan asked again, this classmate, your opinion is? If you go back to CA, the students have no opinion. The other party immediately cupped his hands and said loudly. What about you, do you have any opinions? Lin Beifan looked at the pale-faced yamen. They shook their heads one after another. No comment. No comments at all. ... Humph. The little princess smiled proudly. Since everyone has no opinions, this matter has been decided so happily. Lin Beifan announced loudly. From today, the little princess will serve as the head teacher of this class, responsible for supervising everyone's study and discipline. No. The yamen closed their eyes in despair and saw a darkness, just like their future life. Little county master, they will be handed over to you. Lin Beifan said reluctantly. Although they are very naughty, they are still just a group of children after all. Lord Ca. The Yamen opened their eyes with hope. So, fight when it's time to fight, and scold when it's time to scold. If you don't get one, you'll get 2 fights, and if you can't get 2 fights, you'll get 3 fights, until they're convinced. Otherwise, it's irresponsible for their future. Oh no. They closed their eyes again in despair. The little princess suddenly felt a heavy responsibility, and his face was serious. Lin Xie, don't worry. I will definitely keep an eye on them, and I will never let them go wrong and go on the road of no return. Lin Beifan is very pleased. Little princess, it's hard work. However, this is my first time as a head teacher, and I have no experience. Lin Xie, can you teach me? The little princess asked humbly. It's very simple, use love to educate. Lin Beifan laughed. Love. The little princess was puzzled. As the saying goes, love is deep, and responsibility is severe. So, educate them with the fist of love. If you can do it, you will never force it. As long as you can't kill it, you will kill it. Lin Beifan said solemnly. The little county master raised his small fist and nodded heavily. I understand. Fuck. The people present in the Yamen rubbed their chests one after another, feeling their hearts go cold. Then, the little princess officially became the head teacher of this class, keeping an eye on every student here. As long as anyone is lazy, immediately use the fist of love to educate them. From time to time there were screams. Seeing the harmony between teachers and students, Lin Beifan was very pleased, and secretly praised his idea. After all, he has an official position and is busy with official business, so it is impossible to keep staring at this group of people. But with the little princess as the head teacher, it's different. The little county lord is the nemesis of this group of Yamen. With the little county lord staring at him, this group of people dare not do anything wrong. The trouble of the little princess was also solved by the way. Without his urging, the little county master will come to work actively, without paying, let alone bothering him. Solved 2 troubles at once, comfortable. Chapter 54. The arrival of foreign envoys makes things difficult for the court. But when I came home at night, there was still a small tale behind. As I said, I want to eat poor you. The little princess gritted her silver teeth. Lin Beifan said with a smile, you are very welcome, just treat the little princess as a reward. Being the head teacher for a day, it's hard work for you. You know each other. Let's go. The 2 got into the carriage and gradually disappeared into the sunset. The matter of the little princess being the head teacher quickly spread to the empress's ears. The empress laughed dumbly. Little Yunying, she was really sold by Lin Beifan and even gave him some money, but she didn't hold on for a day. Using the small county master to manage this group of government offices not only gets rid of the trouble of the small county master, but also manages the government office well. I have to say, this is a great idea. Incredible. Lin Iching, I am looking forward to you more and more. The empress shook off this thought and continued to deal with the memorial. At this time, a memorial came into view. The envoy of the Doro country is coming tomorrow. Day 2, Golden Palace. Meet your majesty, long live my emperor, long live long live. Everyone loves you for free. Thank you, your majesty. Baiguan stood up and stood on both sides. At this time, an old eunuch shouted, report to your majesty, Prince Hama of Doro Kingdom brings his envoys to see you. Exactly. The empress said solemnly. 5 tall and mighty people dressed in fancy clothes entered the Golden Palace. He raised his right hand, placed it on his left heart hall, bowed slightly, and said in unison, meet your majesty the empress of the great Wu dynasty, I wish you good health and good luck. Envoys of the Deluo kingdom, no ceremony. The empress stretched out her hand. Thank you, your majesty. Everyone raised their heads. Prince Hama, why are you here this time? If you go back to your majesty, there are 5 important things to come here this time. First, to see the beauty of the sky, and to convey the friendship of our country. Second, to appreciate the beautiful rivers and mountains of Dao, and third. The 2 sides had a cordial and friendly conversation. Lin Beifan stood in the back and listened silently. He was very clear about the purpose of the envoy of the Doro kingdom. Deluo kingdom is a small country on the border of the Dao dynasty, with a population of less than 10 million and very limited strength. There was friction with the Dao dynasty before, and after a few battles, they finally lost to the Dao dynasty. So, they are here to make peace. Dao didn't want to fight either. Because the Great Wu dynasty had too many internal and external troubles, and fighting it would only deplete its own strength. The 2 sides agreed, so there was this meeting. At this moment, Prince Hama clapped his hands. Two men in the back respectfully served a fine box. Your Majesty, this is our country's Japanese book, please take a look. Bring it up, said the Empress. Yes, Your Majesty. The old eunuch walked down and was about to open the box and take out the book, but found that it could not be opened. Prince Hama, please open the box. Prince Hama shook his head. I can't open it. The name of this box is Qinli Zhongshan box. It was made by dozens of skilled craftsmen in our country. It must be opened with a special key. But because of the long distance, the key was lost. Listen, it is said that there are countless talented people in the Great Wu dynasty, and someone should be able to open this box. However, this box is very precious. I hope to open the box and take out the book without damaging it. The people present were all old foxes, and the other party knew what shit he wanted as soon as he pouted. It was clear that he had lost, and he was unconvinced, so he took advantage of this to make things difficult. However, Dao had to continue. This may seem like a trivial matter, but it is a battle of face, a battle of momentum. It seems useless, but there must be competition between countries. Qing's, is there any way to open the Qinli Zhongshan box? Said the Empress. The civil and military officials gathered, looked at the box carefully, frowned and thought, and finally shook their heads. Reporting to Your Majesty, I would like to invite the skilled locksmiths in the capital to give it a try. Allow. In less than half an hour, 5 or 6 skilled locksmiths came. However, after seeing this box, they all shook their heads. The structure of this lock is relatively complicated, and there are many hooks in it. If there is no original key, it is indeed very difficult to open. Please forgive Kaoman's helplessness. There is only one, with some confidence. Report to Your Majesty, Kaoman needs 2 days. Everyone sank. In 2 days, the day Lily was cold. If the Qinli Zhongshan box cannot be opened before the end of the early dynasty, it will also be a big loss. Everyone's faces were not very good looking. Prince Hama and others smiled proudly. Then, Prince Hama pretended to be regretful and said, if it still can't be opened, then the minister has to use a knife to split it open. Although 1,000 miles of rivers and mountains have been lost, the friendship between the two countries is more important. Humph. The Empress was quite displeased and looked at all the officials. All the civil and military people of the dynasty lowered their heads in shame. But at this time, she found a person who was very calm from beginning to end. There was a sudden surge of hope in my heart, and I said, Lin Qing, what can you do? Chapter 55 Learn mathematics, physics and chemistry well, and don an amp. Number 039, be afraid to go to Anit. At this time, Lin Beifan stood up slowly, and said with a bow, report to Your Majesty, I have a method, you can try it. Okay. But please give it a try. The Empress said loudly. Lin Beifan continued to hold his hand. However, for Wei Chen's approach, we need to prepare some things, please do it Your Majesty. Whatever you need, just say it. Said the Empress. Yes, Your Majesty. Lin Beifan said loudly, I need some dried fungus and water. Less than half a stick of incense time. The 2 little eunuchs brought the dried fungus and water. Lin Beifan quickly ground the dried fungus into powder, and then poured it into the keyhole of the Qinli Zhongshan box. Then, immediately drop a few drops of water to let the fungus absorb water. Finally, hold down the keyhole of the box with your hand. In less than a minute, the box cracked open by itself, revealing the Japanese book inside. The civil and military ministers of the Manchu dynasty and the envoys of the Deluo kingdom were all shocked. This Qinli Zhongshan box actually opened it by itself. How did this open? How did he open it without the key? How did he do it? What kind of magic did he use? So puzzling. Lin Beifan handed the box and the Book of Harmony inside to the old eunuch, and then calmly clasped his hand. Your Majesty, this minister is fortunate enough to not be humiliated, and opened the Qinli Zhongshan box. Good. The Empress shouted 3 times in a row, and then she said overjoyedly, Qing, how did you do this? Tell me quickly. Everyone pricked up their ears to listen. The method is actually very simple. Lin Beifan said with a smile, as the saying goes, no matter how cleverly designed the lock is, the principle of unlocking is the same. Just push all the reeds inside, and the lock can be unlocked. So, Wei Chen used dried fungus. One of the characteristics of dried fungus is that it can quickly expand when it absorbs water. Therefore, I ground the dried fungus into powder and poured it into the keyhole. Then add water and seal the keyhole. The fungus powder absorbs water and expands, and there is nowhere to go. You can only push the reed inside, and the lock will open naturally. Ancient locks were not as complicated as they are today. There is a reed inside, and the key is inserted and it will open. Even if the key is lost, it may be opened with another key, and the anti-theft performance is particularly poor. It is said that the design is complicated, and there are only a few more reeds installed. So Lin Beifan opened it very easily. This is the power of science. Learn mathematics, physics and chemistry well, and you will not be afraid to go to another world. I see. Whether they understood or not, they all nodded. Prince Hama gave Lin Beifan a deep look, then cupped his hands and asked, "This lord is?" The empress smiled proudly. "His name is Lin Beifan, and he is this year's new champion. He has won the 3rd prize in a row. He is erudite, knowledgeable, and capable. He is my confidant and favorite. Your Majesty has won the prize, but Wei Chen can't afford it." Lin Beifan took a step back. "When things are over, go away, and hide your merit and fame. In the words of the present, run away after pretending to be forced." The empress opened the heshu, nodded with satisfaction, and said, "I accept the heshu of the Deluo kingdom. But the matter of compensation still needs to be negotiated. It's natural. It's a big thing, and I'm tired of boats and cars, so I want to go back and prepare." "That's right, see off," the empress said. Prince Hama bowed and led the envoy to leave. Before leaving, he took another deep look at Lin Beifan. Lin Beifan feels that the two will meet in the future. At this time, the empress said in high spirits, "Lin Iching, go forward and listen to the seal." "Your Majesty, my minister is here." Lin Beifan stood up. "In the meeting with the envoys of the Doro kingdom just now, Lin Iching, you are resourceful, and you protect the face of our country. I am very relieved." The empress said loudly, 10,000 taels of silver. 10 pieces of silk and satin each. 10 jars of golden jade liquor. A pair of top-quality jade and jade ruyi. 2 horses of sweat and blood. Directly from the queen's mouth, spit out a bunch of rewards. Lin Beifan's eyelids jumped. Why is this empress crazy? She is just doing a trivial thing, and actually rewarding so much. Too arrogant, right? The civil and military officials heard pantothenic acid in their stomachs. This stinky boy has made a small contribution, and he has given so many rewards. Is it too partial? We have been officials for decades, and we have never been rewarded like this. Sour, sour, sour. So, they all spoke up. Your Majesty, it is absolutely impossible. Your Majesty, please take your life back. ... The empress frowned and said dissatisfiedly, Lin Iching has done a good job. Is it wrong for me to reward him? Your Majesty, Lin Xie has made meritorious deeds, and your Majesty's reward is right. However, you have rewarded too much, and Lin Xi's credit is not enough. Therefore, please take back your life. An old minister said. Please, your Majesty, take it back. The officials said in unison. The empress was so angry that she wanted to kill this group of people. I finally found a reason to reward Lin Beifan. As a result, you actually made trouble for me. A lot. I don't think it's much at all. The empress sneered and slapped the table. Just now, the envoys of the Deluo kingdom made things difficult for you. None of you did anything, and I almost lost face in Dao. It's not bad that I didn't cure your crimes, but I actually stopped me from rewarding the meritorious people. Sir, what are your intentions? Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audiobook YouTube channel. Chapter 56. It was me who was wrong and had unreasonable expectations for you. The ministers are incompetent, please forgive me. All the ministers were terrified. Since you know that you are incompetent, then go to the side and don't cause trouble for me. The empress shouted. Your Majesty, I'm really incompetent. But, an old minister stood up and pointed at Lin Beifan and rebuked. Lin Xie obviously has a way to open the Qinli Zhongshan box, but until the end, if it wasn't for His Majesty's appointment, he would still stand by, clearly wanting to watch me make a fool of myself. His intentions are sinister, disloyal to Dao, disloyal to Your Majesty, please Your Majesty to investigate. Your Majesty, please investigate. All the officials said in unison. Lin Beifan was stunned. Good guy. He actually poured dirty water on him. Reversing black and white, distorting right and wrong, and making him guilty. As expected of the old fox in the officialdom. He does have ulterior motives, but it's not that you want to see Dao make a fool of yourself, but you want to see Baiguan make a fool of yourself. When they can't solve it, they will stand up and turn the tide. Then, slap them in the face. The idea is so unpretentious. Lin Iching, is there any such thing? The empress was expressionless. Lin Beifan bowed his hands and said very indignantly, reporting to your majesty, there is absolutely no such thing. The sun and the moon can see my heart for your majesty. The love of this minister for Dao is very clear. The minister is so brave and loyal, how could he do this? What happened? Please, your majesty, look into it. When the queen heard this, the corners of her mouth couldn't help twitching. When Baiguan heard this, the corners of his mouth twitched. It's so nice to say, but it turns out to be so greedy. People can be shameless, but not so shameless. Lin Xie, since you said that you are loyal to your majesty and Dao, why don't you stand up when the envoys are making things difficult for you? This official sees that you have ulterior motives. The former veteran said angrily. That's right. You clearly want to see Dao Wu make a fool of himself, and see his majesty make a fool of himself. Another minister stood up. Is it a guilty conscience and can't speak? The third minister. It's in vain that your majesty is so kind to you, but you don't want to repay the kindness of the emperor. The fourth minister. Lin Xie, what other face do you have to meet the sage? It was rare to find an opportunity, and hundreds of officials fell to the ground one after another. Among Baiguan's accusations, Lin Beifan sighed deeply and said with a wry smile, my lords, you have misunderstood Xiaoguan. The reason why Xiaoguan did not stand up for the first time is because Xiaoguan believes in everyone, right? You are full of confidence. Have confidence in us. Baiguan was stunned. Yes, the lower official is full of confidence in the adults. Lin Beifan became impassioned. Xiaoguan believes that such a small question will not be difficult for all the adults present. All the adults are from the Jinshi background, standing out from the thousands of candidates, regardless of their wisdom and strategy, they are the top today. Xiaoguan believes that you will definitely be able to break through the conspiracy of Doro's envoys. I have been an official for more than 10 years, and I have experienced various dangers and conspiracies. Xiaoguan believes that there is nothing difficult to get the adults present. You are the pillars of Dao, the Dinghai Shenzhen of Dao, and support the heaven and earth of Dao. So, Xiaoguan has been standing at the back, with a heart of reverence, admiring the demeanor of the adults who have turned the tide. Civil and military officials were all blown away by Lin Beifan's words. It turned out that in his mind, he was so great and noble. But at this moment, Lin Beifan's words changed. But, I didn't expect anything, an old officer asked. Lin Beifan glanced at Baiguan, and his eyes were full of deep disappointment. I didn't expect that such a simple question would make you all stumped. And it directly broke through my psychological defense line, leaving me without any psychological preparation. Quote. Civil and military officials, PFF'd. Lin Beifan said regretfully, it was too sudden. I was so stupid at the time that I didn't have time to stand up. Everyone has shown the lower limit of IQ, so I didn't even have a chance to save it. Shame. Civil and military officials, PFF'd. Think about it now, it is indeed the fault of the subordinate. Lin Beifan seriously self-examined. It's because the subordinate officials overestimated everyone, misestimated your IQ, overestimated your abilities, and had unreasonable expectations for you. The result not only hurt people, but also hurt people, already. Civil and military officials, PFF'd. Lin Beifan bowed his hands and apologized. I'm sorry, my lords. I was blind, I let you down. I'm also sorry, Your Majesty, Wei Chen saw the wrong person and let you down. Civil and military officials, PFF'd. Civil and military officials did not want to speak. This bastard is just pointing at monks and scolding bald donkeys, pointing at their noses and scolding trash. His face was as ugly as constipation, and his heart was as uncomfortable as eating shit. The empress sitting on the dragon chair almost laughed. Good guy. This Lin Beifan's combat effectiveness is too strong. His tongue fights lotus flowers, his mouth breathes fragrant fragrance, and he directly stuns civil and military officials to the point of autism. For so many years, I have never seen civil and military officials suffer such a big dumb loss. Cool. For this alone, we must reward Lin Beifan. Lin Iching, the so-called ignorant is innocent. You don't know the abilities of the ministers, so you didn't stand up in time. I forgive you. The queen coughed, suppressing her inner smile and said. Thank you Your Majesty for your understanding. Lin Beifan was grateful. Baiguan's face was even more ugly. Misters, what else do you have to say? The empress asked again. The officials looked at each other in dismay, and said in unison, I have nothing to say. Chapter 57. I got greedy in the courtroom. Okay. Since that's the case, I will continue to reward Lin Qing. Then, the empress spit out a bunch of rewards, smashing Lin Beifan into a dizziness, and separating the officials from jealousy. However, because of the lessons learned, they dared not stop the exit. Afraid of being pissed to death by some bastard. For Lin Beifan, it is good to keep it, so he said loudly, Thank you Lord Long. Next, discuss the reception. The empress said, This time, the envoys from the Doro kingdom are here mainly to discuss compensation. We should send smart and capable people to find out the details of the other party. Dear Qing, who can you choose? At this time, the Minister of Rights stood up and waved his hand. Your Majesty, Wei Chen thinks it is more appropriate to leave this matter to the champion of the new division and Lin Xie. Lin Beifan, who was fishing for fish, was stunned. How could it be so easy to get involved with him again? Why did Qing say this? The Empress asked Lin Beifan with a glance. The Minister of Rights said loudly, Your Majesty, Lin Xie and Prince Hama are of the same age, they are both young people, and it is easier to get in touch with them. Moreover, Lin Xie has always been quick-witted, and he just pierced through Doro's envoys. Trick. Wei Chen believes that during the reception process, Lin Xie will definitely be able to find out the details of the other party. Lin Beifan rolled his eyes, this old guy didn't hold back any good things. Receiving foreign guests is not a good job. Treat the other party as an ancestor, eat, drink, and play with each other, without offending. It should be served well, and it is a diplomatic dispute if it is not served well. Simply thankless. Such reception work should have been handed over to experienced, mature and stable senior officials. The other party threw this task to him, clearly wanting to see him make a fool of himself. Its heart can be punished. The Empress also saw through the intentions of the Minister of Rights. However, she had some expectations for Lin Beifan and asked, Lin Qing, what do you think? Lin Beifan bowed his hands and said, Reporting to Your Majesty, Wei Chen feels that this matter should be handed over to the Ministry of Rights and Guest Divisions. Moreover, Wei Chen has just taken up a post in the Imperial Supervisory Division and is busy with official duties, so he really can't share his worries for Your Majesty, please forgive me. Quote. The corners of the mouths of the dozen ministers present twitched. Busy business. Busy ass. Busy all day teaching their son. Busy making money off of them. Now it's even more abominable, and it has even brought in the little Princess Yunying. Gao Tianyao, the Minister of Personnel, stood up and said loudly, Wei Chen thinks it is most appropriate to leave this matter to Lin Xie. The Minister of the Ministry of Housing also stood up. Wei Chen also feels that it is most appropriate to leave this matter to Lin Xie. The Minister of Punishment also stood up. This minister agrees. Hundreds of officials have spoken out and strongly recommended. For nothing else, just to make their children suffer less. Okay, I'll leave this matter to Lin Qing. The Empress said loudly. Lin Beifan is helpless, he really can't escape this time. These old bastards. In this case, Lin Beifan simply let go. Thank you, Your Majesty, and all the lords for your kindness. But this is a big business, and my minister's salary is meager. I'm afraid that the reception will be poor, so I want to apply for an envoy fee. It makes sense. How much do you need? I will let the Ministry of Household give it to you. The Empress asked. I want 300,000 taels. Lin Beifan bowed. The whole place is fried. 300,000 taels. Do you need so many to receive a group of foreign guests? Lin Xie, what are you kidding? The Queen's mouth twitched. This guy is here again. Just want to be greedy. He actually became greedy in front of the officials and her. Courage is getting bigger. Lin Beifan felt very aggrieved. My lords have misunderstood Xiaoguan. Let Xiaoguan receive Doro envoys, and Xiaoguan will definitely bring them good food, drink and play, and give them a home away from home, but these all require money. There is a post house where I live, so I won't mention it. But you can't be sloppy when it comes to food. The best restaurant in our capital costs 50 taels per person on average. They have 20 people on this trip, and they have to eat 3 meals a day, so wouldn't they need 3,000 taels that day? It takes about 10 days to live, so you need 30,000 taels for food alone. In addition, when we eat, we must arrange some singing and dancing performances. Our best dance troupe in Beijing needs 3,000 taels for one show, and 30,000 taels for 10 days. In case they still want to go to the brothel to find a little girl, the consumption will be bigger. In the end, Lin Beifan said confidently, therefore, the subordinate officials dare to call out 300,000 taels, all of which are well-founded. And this is also the first time Zhiguan has received foreign guests. He has no experience, so prepare more money and be prepared. Please, Your Majesty and all adults, please understand and bear with me. Everyone's faces twitched again. How dare this guy speak? The Empress looked blankly at the Minister of the Ministry of Housing, Qian Iching. What do you think? The Minister of the Household said with a dark face, go back to Your Majesty, the current financial situation is tight, at most 200,000. Add more, Lin Beifan said. The Minister of the Ministry of Commerce's face turned even darker, and he said, it's only 200,000, no more. Okay, it's only 200,000. The Empress said loudly, Lin Iching, after you get this money, treat the envoys of the Deluo kingdom well, and at the same time find out the truth, and don't live up to my expectations for you. Yes, Your Majesty. Lin Beifan bowed. Although I can't get 300,000, but I am very happy to get 200,000. Chapter 58. You need to pay and say, this official will not refuse. In the morning of the second day, Lin Beifan received a huge sum of 200,000 yuan, and then went to the post house with a smile to receive the envoys of Doro. Prince Hama, as well as all the distinguished guests who have come from afar, I will receive you in the past few days. I will show you the prosperity of the capital of Wu, and see the customs of my Dao, as well as the magnificent rivers and mountains. It turned out to be the young and promising Lin Xie. It would be great to have you by your side. Prince Hama said with a smile. Prince Hama is polite, it's my honor. Lin Beifan also smiled. Both sides were very polite. It's already early in the morning, everyone must be hungry. I'll take everyone to eat breakfast. After eating, let's walk along the street together, how about that? Lin Beifan said with a smile. It's exactly what I want. Prince Hama said with a smile. Then, Lin Beifan led the crowd out in a mighty manner. On the way, I ran into the little Princess Yunying. At this time, she was wearing a turquoise flower dress. When she ran, the flower dress swayed gently in the wind. The whole person looked youthful and very cute. Why are you here? Lin Beifan wondered. I heard that you're here to receive foreign guests, so I'm here to eat and drink with you. The little princess rubbed her little silver teeth. Lin Beifan is a little stunned. Good guy. This little county owner is indeed a foodie. As soon as he heard there was something to eat, he ran over immediately. I'm receiving VIPs, I can't take care of you. Lin Beifan whispered. Don't worry, I know the importance. You do your thing, I'll just eat after you. The little princess said seriously. This is? Prince Hama asked. Lin Beifan introduced the identity of the little county master. Prince Hama was very enthusiastic. Let's go together. Many people, lively. So, let's go out together. After a while, Lin Beifan took everyone to an open-air breakfast shop. Prince Hama, and all the distinguished guests. Lin Beifan said with a smile, here is the famous Liangji breakfast shop in the capital. The breakfast here is very authentic. Fried dough sticks, steamed buns, soy milk, shumai, etc. are all available from us. Dao's classic breakfast. The little princess pulled Lin Beifan and said in a low voice, are you going to bring VIP guests to eat this? Of course. Lin Beifan nodded with a smile. The little princess was anxious. How can you let VIPs eat this? These things are worthless and will be laughed at. Little county master, you don't know anything about it. Lin Beifan said confidently. You think, they are all nobles from the Doro country, what kind of delicacies have not been eaten? They must have vomited. Come here. In a foreign country, I definitely want to try something different. So, I brought them to eat breakfast in Dao, wouldn't I just be in my arms? The little princess tilted his head. Well, what you said, seems to make some sense. Definitely makes sense. Lin Beifan walked over and said with a smile, everyone, please take a seat. Order whatever you want, it's enough. Prince Hama waved his hand, everyone sit down. Everyone ordered, and more than a dozen big men basically wrapped up the breakfast shop. Lin Beifan watched all this with a smile. The breakfast here is good and cheap, and the amount is large and enough. The meal costs less than 10 taels of silver, and the rest goes into his pocket. After eating, Lin Beifan asked, Prince Hama, and friends, how is the breakfast here? It tastes good, thank you for your hospitality. The prince said politely. Where? It should be, haha. After breakfast, everyone started the formal parade. Doro envoys looked left and right, the things here were very novel to them. At this moment, a noble envoy fell in love with a beautiful vase and loved it, but he was very slow to pay, and he frequently looked to Lin Beifan's side. Lord Lin, what do you think of this vase? Yes, it's beautiful. But it takes 20 taels of silver. It's worth it. Go on and on, with frequent hints. Finally, Lin Beifan couldn't stand it any longer, or, let me help you pay for it. The noble envoy was overjoyed. Ah. Why is this so embarrassing? You are welcome. Lin Beifan stretched out his hand, and in the eyes of the other party, he reached into the other party's pocket and took out a bag of silver. Then I took out 30 taels of silver from it and handed it to the vase seller. Don't look for it. The boss is grateful. Thank you, Lord Lin. You are welcome. Lin Beifan smiled slightly and put the bag of silver into the pocket of the noble envoy. The noble envoy's expression twitched. I also thank Lord Lin. It's just a little effort, Sir Harrow, you're welcome. Lin Beifan smiled modestly. And my friends, if you need to pay, just say hello. This official, you will not refuse. The corners of everyone's mouth also twitched. Thank you, Lord Lin. Chapter 59 We are great martial arts, and fat is beauty. After Lin Beifan made such a fuss, Doro's envoys took the initiative to pay for things they loved. I didn't dare to bother Lin Beifan, for fear of losing some of my money. The little county master was stunned. How could he actually pay for it? Good guy, she has never seen a diplomat pay for a foreign guest like this. Pulling Lin Beifan to a corner, he said anxiously, Lin Beifan, how can you let the VIP pay for it? Why not? Lin Beifan asked back. This one will make me pay, that one will make me pay, how much money do I have for them to spend? So, I must immediately interrupt their delusions. If you do this, what if the family gets angry and sue the empress and sister? Don't worry, I won't give them that chance. Lin Beifan is very confident. It is absolutely impossible for him to pay for it anyway. Because the money saved is all his embezzled money. So, save as much as you can. After playing around, it was noon, lunchtime. Lin Beifan took everyone back to the Liangji breakfast shop again, and said very generously, Dear guests, this Liangji breakfast shop has been packaged by me. You can order whatever you want, don't be polite to this official. Master Lin, why is it the Liangji breakfast shop again? A person couldn't help but ask. Lin Beifan said with a smile, Prince Hama said just now that the taste here is good, so I'll bring everyone to try it. The corners of Prince Hama's mouth twitched. I'll just say it politely, you really take it seriously. So, everyone ate another meal of steamed buns, fried dough sticks and soy milk. It's dinner time. Lord Lin, shouldn't dinner be at Liangji's breakfast shop again? An envoy couldn't help asking. Today, he ate a dozen buns and drank a bucket of soy milk. He was already afraid of it. Don't worry, absolutely not. Lin Beifan smiled slightly. He's closed, let's go to the restaurant. I'm relieved. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Lin Beifan said with a smile, Prince Hama, distinguished guests, there will be plenty of activities in the evening. Not only will there be delicious wine and delicious treats, but there will also be singing and dancing performances. In addition, I also invited a few beauties to accompany you. The eyes of everyone present lit up. Wow! There are delicious wines, singing and dancing performances, and beautiful women to accompany you. Master Lin, you know my heart. Jia, I knew, Lord Lin, you will never let me down. My whole body is more energetic. Even Prince Hama couldn't help but smiled. Lord Lin, it's too expensive. Lin Beifan bowed his head and apologized. The main reason is that I was not well entertained before, and I feel ashamed. So I specially arranged a good one for everyone. I hope everyone can forgive me for my previous mistakes. No need to apologize, we understand. Let's go. So, under the leadership of Lin Beifan, everyone came to a dilapidated restaurant. I ate a big pot of rice and drank rice wine mixed with water, but compared to the 2 meals during the day, I don't know how much better. Everyone, before we eat, let's enjoy the song and dance performance. Lin Beifan clapped his hands, and saw an old man in white, leading 2 things that he didn't know were human or ghost. Then, the old man in white picked up a small horn and blew it hard. A penetrating voice resounded through the restaurant. Everyone present felt goosebumps, and then all fell to the ground. Beneath this instrument, those two people who didn't know whether they were humans or ghosts jumped up with their hot feet. The place was full of eerie atmosphere. Prince Hama looked disgusted. What kind of musical instrument is this? It seems to be called a sol. This is our country's traditional musical instrument, the suona. Lin Beifan said with a smile. As the saying goes, the suona is the king of all kinds of musical instruments. I didn't know what the song meant when I first heard it, but when I listened to it, it was already in the coffin. So I invited the best suona. Master, show everyone. Then what is this dance? Prince Hama asked again. The name of this dance is called soul conjuring. It is the most popular traditional dance in our country. Anyone, no matter if they are alive or dead, will watch it once. It is mainly to refresh the mind and give the soul a home. Lin Beifan said with a smile. This dance paired with suona is a perfect match. After watching it, are you feeling more energetic? Prince Hama was stunned. It's not just mental, it's just nerves. Yeah, everyone nodded in shock. The little princess sitting next to Lin Beifan pulled Lin Beifan and asked in a low voice, why did you bring the Baishi team here? Because it's cheap, it only takes a few taels for a performance. Who am I not going to invite them? Lin Beifan said as a matter of course. But, no one died, are you really doing this right? Asked the little princess. What's wrong with letting them enjoy the scenery after death in advance? Lin Beifan asked back. Humph, I advise you not to listen, I don't care about you. The little princess turned his head angrily, picked up the food and ate it wildly. After half a stick of incense, the frenzied Baishi performance finally came to an end. Lin Beifan said with a smile, okay, everyone can have dinner. That, Lord Lin, where's the beauty? An envoy couldn't help asking. Oops, I almost forgot. Lin Beifan clapped his hands. A dozen or so bloated, gigantic, and flamboyant old women walked in from outside. Masters, you are finally here, it really makes the slave family wait for a while. Come, let's have fun together. Don't pity me tonight, okay. ... All the people present, all spit out old blood. Prince Hama opened his mouth in shock. Lord Lin, is this the beauty you're talking about? Lin Beifan nodded with a smile, naturally. But are they too fat? Lin Beifan smiled and said, we are great martial arts, and we take fat as beauty. Everyone, fuck, but not only fat, but also old. Lin Beifan still smiles. We are big warriors, we respect our elders, and the older we get, the more popular we are. Everyone, fuck. Master Lin, why don't you call one? Lin Beifan said righteously, this official is not close to women. Everyone, fuck you. Chapter 60. Since he is greedy for money, we will buy him. In the end, everyone naturally came to take advantage of the excitement and returned when they were disappointed. The little princess ran into the palace excitedly and told the empress about her experience today. Sister Empress, tell you something fun. Today I went with Lin Beifan to receive the envoys of Doro. Do you know what Lin Beifan has done? For breakfast, I invited people to Liang Ji's breakfast shop for breakfast, and at noon, I invited them to Liang Ji's breakfast shop. In the evening, I invited them to a bad restaurant for a big pot of rice and rice wine mixed with water. My God, it cost less than 50 taels in total to send them away. During dinner, I also invited the team of White Affairs to come over to play the suona and dance the soul dance. The people have been rectified before they died, and they almost scared the envoys to the ground. Ha ha. Finally, I also invited a group of fat, old and ugly women to accompany you. Sister Empress, do you know how Lin Beifan fooled the envoys? He actually said that our Dao dynasty regarded fat as beauty and respect for old age, and fooled the envoys into stupidity. I really laughed at me today, giggling. The Empress was stunned after hearing this. This Lin Beifan, is this messed up? The little county owner smiled while covering his stomach. It's more than that, and there are still many things I haven't said. Giggle. My God. The Empress rubbed her forehead tiredly. She had no idea that Lin Beifan would be so messed up. To treat foreign envoys in such a heinous way, what kind of formality is this spread out? Even if you want to be greedy, don't be so greedy, right? Anyway, let people eat a good meal. She is now feeling sad for the envoys of the Doro kingdom. This is no small matter. If it is not handled properly, it will directly affect the diplomatic relations between the two countries, and there may be another fight. And Lin Beifan may be impeached because of this matter. Yunying, help me keep an eye on him, don't let him mess up again. Don't worry, Sister Empress, I will definitely keep an eye on him. On the other side, the post house. Prince Hama and the others have returned with ugly faces. Originally, they were in a bad mood when their country lost. After finally traveling abroad to relax and relieve depression, I was teased by a small official on the other side. If it wasn't for self-restraint, they would have gone mad on the spot. Prince Hama had already made up his mind. When he sees the Empress again, he must sue Lin Beifan. At this moment, a person walked in and said respectfully, His Royal Highness, the matter you asked me to investigate has been investigated clearly. Among the great military officials, the greatest difference in power is. The other party read out a long list of names and their official titles. Prince Hama frowned. These people are cunning and cunning. They have been officials for decades, and the government is very deep. It is not easy to buy them off. The most important purpose of their trip is to negotiate and discuss compensation. As a defeated country, they have to lose money. Of course, the less they lose, the better. Therefore, in order to achieve this goal, they plan to buy 1 or 2 important ministers to speak for them. Are there any other candidates? Prince Hama asked. Yes, Lin Beifan, the new champion of the new division and the imperial supervisor CA. It turned out to be him. Prince Hama's frown deepened, and a sense of disgust surged in his mind. His Royal Highness, Lin Beifan, the champion of the new division and the state supervisor, is very much favored by the Empress. Since he was the champion in high school, in less than a month, he has been promoted to half a level. The Empress gave him a top-quality mansion, tens of thousands of taels of silver, dozens of silver silk and satin, dozens of jars of court wine, and daily specials. For the ingredients of the imperial kitchen, a superb carriage, several horses with sweat and blood. Prince Hama's eyelids jumped. Too much reward. Even if he is a prince, the rewards he has received in this life are not comparable to what Lin Beifan has achieved these days. He was even beaten by a small 6th-rank sesame official. With so many rewards, he should be very capable, right? Prince Hama said jealously. His Royal Highness, because Lin Beifan has been an official for a short time, his abilities have not been fully demonstrated. But the other party is young, and he has won 3 yuan in 3 years, which is extraordinary in itself. Yeah, Prince Hama nodded, recalling that in the early morning yesterday, the other party easily broke his trick, and knew that this person was not simple. In addition, Lin Beifan has another characteristic, that is, greed for money. Greed for money. The prince was taken aback. He is very greedy. According to folklore, he has been raided twice and embezzled more than 2 million taels. During his tenure as the Gujijian, he embezzled another 2 million taels from students. I learned through Neiying that the other party received 200,000 yuan from the Ministry of Household as a reception fee. Then on this day, he only took out less than 100 taels of silver. The rest, I am afraid he has stolen it. Thinking of today's experience, Prince Hama's mouth twitched. I'm really greedy, and I'm insatiable. However, at this time, he felt that Lin Beifan was so pleasing to the eye. We have limited money, so choose Lin Beifan. Firstly, this guy is favored by the Empress and speaks with weight. Secondly, he is very greedy and easy to pay for it. Thirdly, he is entertaining us, easy to approach, and is the best target candidate. As long as you buy him, it will be very beneficial to the negotiation in a few days. Prince Hama said confidently. Your Highness said yes. Thank you for watching. Continue exploring the fascinating world of Chinese novel with us. Hit that subscribe button on Chinese Novel Audiobook to stay updated with our latest stories and never miss out a great listen.